Remember old General Petraeus, who then became the CIA chief and then was cheating on his wife, allegedly, which was probably nonsense. So stepping down. What if I told you that this former 4-star general turned into CIA chief, stepped down to join a New York investment firm known as KKR? 4-star general, CIA chief, to join a Wall Street investment firm after his wartime career. Boy, don't think someone like that would probably be qualified to join an investment firm. Not only that, I believe he'll be sitting on the board, from what I read, if I read that correctly, of this investment firm. And I'd like to read you something on that note from a General Smedley Butler from 1930s, titled "War is a Racket." This is what he said. General from back then, got to experience the old World War, had a little message for people. War is a racket. It always has been. It is possibly the oldest, easily the most profitable, surely the most vicious. It is the only one international in scope. It is the only one in which the profits are reckoned in dollars and the losses in lives. A racket is best described, I believe, as something that is not what it seems to the majority of the people. Only a small inside group knows what it's about. It is conducted for the benefit of the very few, at the expense of the very many. Out of war, a few people make huge fortunes. In the World War I, a mere handful garnered the profits of the conflict. At least 21,000 new millionaires and billionaires were made in the United States during the World War. That many admitted their huge blood gains in their income tax returns. How many other war millionaires falsified their tax returns, no one knows. How many of these war millionaires even shouldered a rifle? None. How many of them dug a trench? None. How many of them knew what it meant to go hungry in a rat-infested dugout? None. How many of them spent sleepless, frightened nights ducking shells and shrapnel and machine gun bullets? How many of them parried a bayonet thrust of an enemy? How many of them were wounded or killed in battle? Out of war, nations acquired additional territory. If they are victorious, they just take it. This newly acquired territory promptly is exploited by the few, those same few, who wrung dollars out of blood in the war. The general public shoulders the bill. And what is this bill? This bill renders a horrible accounting. Newly placed gravestones, mangled bodies, shattered minds, broken hearts and homes, economic instability, depression and all its attendant miseries, back-breaking taxation for generations and generations. Isn't it interesting, the Obamacare tax, the fact that we went from 9 trillion to 17 trillion now in a matter of 4.5 years? All of this happened basically shortly after the war in the Middle East. 9/11 led us to Afghanistan, Iraq, Libya. Now we're in Syria. We've been in Pakistan, right? This just ever. And remember when he said those few gain new territories and exploit those new territories? That would mean Iraq had to be exploited. That means the war profiteers had to have exploited Iraq. Well, that's right. Old J Snip 4 did a video on this when it happened. When we first got the announcement by President Obama during his first term, we are officially leaving Iraq. We will leave a small crew of people, soldiers, non-military capacity behind. We're moving on, blah, blah, blah. He made that announcement within 1 to 2 days prior something happening. So this something happened. It was either 1 or 2 days. I don't remember exactly. It was 1 or 2 days. Then he made the announcement. You want to know what happened? I read an article that said on those 2 days, whatever one it was, the day or two before, that the big oil companies in America, Shell, Exxon, etc., got the oil contracts, got the primo, not just oil contracts, the prime oil contracts in Iraq. Within 2 days, President Obama was making the announcement, we're pulling out of Iraq. Do you think that's a mere coincidence? No. And as a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure this general, who's of course long dead now, Smedley Butler, the Honorable General Smedley Butler, this is exactly what he was talking about. Everybody shouting war on terror, Dick Cheney, and remember that Bush, terror, war on terror. Did any of them shoulder a rifle? Oh, that's right, I think Bush did when he skipped out on the National Guard and just played around all day. Yeah, that's probably when he shouldered a rifle for target practice. So, yeah. Oh, Bush, boy, he's a patriot. Dick Cheney, I'm sure he's a patriot. Barack Obama, I know he's a patriot. All of them have been in the middle of in the trenches. Unbelievable. So, unbelievable. That's all I got for you.